Going on, everybody? Pro Trader Mike. Check it out tonight. 9 p.m. on the money. We're doing a sick giveaway continuation from my Saturday night spaces, which was phenomenal. Had 10 of the top NFTs in there on Saturday night, all putting out alpha, all onboarding new people, making super community relationships, apes, tigers, NFT avatar makers, technology, Android apps, TV shows, super community. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. And I didn't want to bore anybody with like an hour's long of giveaways. So tonight's the night. I'm doing 10 giveaways, 3G's worth of prizes going out. I got some special guests going to come on and talk about their projects. You know, today was pretty amazing. Look at my shirt. I got the mutant apes. Baby, this was at the mall in Zoomies. I went down the mall. I'm like, yo, boom, look, mutant apes. I'm in the store and I'm like, NFTs, baby, I got that one. Hook me up with that shirt. I actually had another one with gold rainbow teeth. I had that one, but the shirt, they didn't have my size. So I got this one. But I was very happy that I had the NFTs in the real world. What's up, Remy? What's up, Coda? What's up, I Am Groot? What's up, Blaine, Mootsie, Izza? What's up, Coda? Look at you, Xenu. Xenus are good. So I'm very proud to say, boom, I helped with Xenu, major component with the team and the community, onboarding people, explaining the situation. It was 10,000 NFTs, super team, super background, super utility, sold out in 3 days, not 2, 3 days at 0.5 Ethereum. People were kicking the tires. They couldn't believe it, but it did because it's a real NFT. And if you're going to get into NFTs, you should get into real NFTs. And today I went to Miami Water Sports Complex. I'm going to show you my screen right now, and I'm going to bring on my guest. Look, I'm got all my Twitter. What's up? I am Eric. What's up, Huda? What's up, Coda? So I went here today to Miami Water Sports right here. That's some nice views, 375 views in a couple of hours. Check it out. This is my boy. This is Justin right here. Nice, Jay Bird. Looking like he's having fun right there. You know what I'm saying? And there's his friend right here. There's Logan. Nice, bro. Sweet. Look at that action. Nice, right? The boys having some fun. So family-wise, dude, you're in the rabbit hole with NFTs. You need to get out and decompress every couple of minutes, you know? That's my decompress. I go out. I run a couple of laps. I take a break. I watch the boys. I do some filming. I do some little duckies. Look at those cute little tiny, tiny duckies. I was watching them, saw some squirrels, hung out with nature. That's what it's all about, bro. So tune in tonight. I made that video, and that's what I'm going to show you tonight. So my first one I'm going to give away tonight is the first one on the list. We got a lot of good ones, guys. Right here, Bulls and Apes project. Now, this one, I actually have the main man on the project. There he is. His name is Anthony. What's up, buddy? Nice to see you. This is what I told people today at that Miami Water Sports Complex. They were like, dude, I'm like, you got to come tonight. Who wants to win $3,000? They're like, what? I'm like, are you on Twitter? They're like, yeah. I'm like, dude, I'm Pro Trader Mike. Last night I gave some spaces. I'm into NFTs. I'm giving away some things tonight. This guy goes, dude, I got some NFTs. I'm like, what do you got? He's like, I got some bats. I got this. I'm like, you need to look at this Bulls and Apes project because this is the one you want to onboard with. It's a little steep, you know. He's like, what's I'm like, it hasn't minted yet. It's going to be like, you know, point in a couple of weeks. Don't worry, I'll get you on the white list. So he immediately followed me on Twitter. He's like, what's your, and sent me a DM. And then he got like a bot message. Oh, you know, how'd you send me a message so quickly? I'm like, inviting you to my chat room. I'm like, I have a bot, and all the other wakeboarders around like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. And they gave me their like YouTube channels and stuff because they all want to onboard. I said, it's the best one because of the 6-month guarantee. And I explained it to him. So you're going to explain it to everybody tonight much better than I will as I show the art and your website. So please, my friend, take it over, explain this amazing NFT that you have, and the stage is all yours, partner.
Hey, Mike, thanks for having me on. Really, really appreciate it. And thanks for everyone in the audience for joining in to give me your time. I know time is precious. So really, really appreciate you guys coming in here and supporting us. So yeah, Anthony Mangiello, I'm one of the co-founders of the Bulls and Apes project. There's 2 other co-founders, Manny Coates and Guillermo Puyol. My background, I've got 20 plus years in the corporate world, always building high performing teams. And one of the things that I learned through the corporate world is it's all about culture. It's all about the culture that you establish with the team, because everybody wants to, everybody wants to do a good job. Everyone wants to do their best. And so when I started getting into NFTs and I saw the community aspect and I saw that it was really all about this amazing culture, I was like, you know what, I think I can make an impact here. And I started volunteering my time, just old school, raising my hand, kind of the internship approach, reaching out to projects, saying, hey, look, this is my experience. This is what I have to offer. Through that process, there's a project called Bulls on the Block. Met Manny Coates. Manny Coates introduced me to Guillermo Puyol. We started putting our heads together and said, yeah, you know what? Between the 3 of us, they've got significant serial entrepreneur, multiple massive successful exits from other startups. So they've got that aspect. I've got the corporate aspect on how to build scalable businesses, M&A. So we started putting that together and said, we think we can make a difference in the NFT space. Right around that time, we've seen a lot of these scams and cash grabs and rug pulls that were out there, and slow rug pulls, which are some of the most frustrating, and said, you know what, we're going to be doxxed. We're going to come with experience. We're going to have a pre-funded project. So the initial roadmap is pre-funded. We don't need the mint money to deliver what we want to deliver. And so with that, we said, what else can we do? How can we raise the bar even more? And how can we take some of the risk from the people that are buying the NFTs and put it onto the founders? And we recognize that, we've got significant experience in outside of the NFT space, but not much experience delivering in the NFT space. So we said, let's take on that risk and say, hey, we have confidence in ourselves. We know that we're gonna deliver. We know that we're here for the long term. So let's prove it. And so we're providing, built into the smart contract, all automated, 6-month ETH back guarantee. And so there's a couple of small criteria there. We wanted to keep it simple. You've got to hold it at least 30 days. So the refund, give us a chance to prove ourselves. So from day 31 to day 180, you can execute a refund. And you couldn't have sold it, couldn't have transferred it, and you couldn't have used the utility. So you couldn't have gained any of the tokens. And I'll get to tokenomics in a second. You couldn't have collected any of the tokens that you generate with the NFT, and you couldn't have used it for breeding and producing additional NFTs, which again, I'll get to in a bit. But that's the foundation. It's about legitimizing the space. It's about bringing strong business practices to the NFT space so that the NFT space could reach its potential. For us, it's about legacy. It's about putting something in place that's really going to impact people's lives.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to flash over to the website so they could see this while you're talking. This head bulls you right here, Anthony. Let me say this: Mangiello. It's like one of my boys from Brooklyn, baby. Yeah, my dad's stores were in Bay Ridge, 5th Avenue, growing up.
I was in the Bronx. Grew up in the Bronx.
And my grandparents were from the Bronx. We used to visit my grandparents in the Bronx, but then they moved to Long Beach on the on Shore Road right there. That's what they do. They move from the Bronx to the boardwalk. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Yeah. So we got some connections back down in the past too. I'm sure, Lenny's Clam Bar and, White Castles and all that kind of, Studio 54, back in the day. I used to go to Studio 54. Did you ever go to Studio 54?
No, that's a little before my time, but
really, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you remember
that?
I
was more the late '90s, early 2000s club scene in New York, but that's
okay. All right, so good to rap about that. But yeah, so you got you, Guy, and Manny on the site right there. So I'll let you go ahead and continue. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, so our value prop I talk about it as like a two-sided coin. One side of it is the NFT side. The other side of it is the community. And so on the NFT side, you see some of the art here. It's kick-ass art. We're cutting no corners. We've got a full art team. Manny Coates is the creative director. He's the art guy, and he's got the vision for the art and what he wants it to look like, the eye for the quality. So we've got a full team, and each one of our NFTs are going to be fully what individual 3D models, fully rendered. And so we're not cutting corners. We're just layering on 3D traits. It's all going to be done high-end, high-quality art. But in addition to that, a lot of projects talk about one day we want to do a token. One day we want to do this. One day, we're doing it day one. We're going to have a token called the BAP methane token. That's going to be available day one. And you're not going to have to jump through hoops to get the token. That token is going to be available to you just for owning the NFT. So if you mint one of the bulls, from day one, you start earning them 10 tokens a day per bull. And then on day 31, you could start collecting those. And now with those tokens, and we're putting together a whole ecosystem that's going to go beyond NFTs on how to leverage the tokens. These tokens are all in-game utility. So it's a utility token within the BAP ecosystem. But initially, we're going to have tokens that you collect. And then with those tokens, you're going to be able to generate a new NFT called a teen bull. And so once you get to the teen bull, now you're going to be able to collect these teen bulls. And we have the ultimate in the collection is a God bull. And there are only going to be 500 God bulls in the collection. So 10,000 bulls, 500 God bulls. And so with collecting the teen bulls, with collecting the additional tokens, eventually you're going to get one of these pretty sick God bulls that are going to be super, super rare. And one of the special things that we're doing is there are going to be 10 lucky people within the mint. So we're minting April 29th. 10 God bulls are actually going to be in the initial mint. So for 10 lucky people, you're not going to have to go through this whole process of, earning tokens, generating teen bulls, converting your teen bulls to God bulls.
This is a great process. So you get started when you guys mint, you get your first bull. 6-month money back guarantee, by the way. So then you just hold that baby and you collect these methane tokens. Look, it's image number 1. So then you come on down. Now that you got these methane tokens, and you got this NFT, you got to get another bull. So if you own 2 bulls plus the methane tokens, it equals that incubator, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. That incubator is going to generate this. Is it so your 2 NFTs is now going to be gone and you're going to have a teen bull? So you're going to have the 2 NFTs plus a teen bull?
That's right. So your bull stays. There'll be a breeding trait in the bull. And so every bull will have a maximum of 3 breeds. So you'll have a chance to use those bulls to breed 3 teen bulls. But that breeding trait will keep reducing from 3 to 2 to 1 to 0. But you maintain those bulls. The bulls are going to be that's our Genesis collection. Those are always going to have just inherent value in the way that we build out the gamification and the tokenomics as we go forward. So you're not losing your bulls.
It's the same way I teach my stocks. You know what I do? It's called the Heinz trade play. Taught this system for 10 years. It's the only thing I do. It's a glitch I figured out in the stock market. Anything else you do is gambling. When a stock it has to be green. I don't short, so it's got to be going higher. When it's green and it's right under the even number at 98 cents, it's going to go through every time. There's a computer algorithm that kicks in the market. I figured it out. So if you buy right under the even number, it'll go through every time. And the bigger the number, the bigger it goes through. $100 stock going through at 99.98, going through 100 will move a lot greater than a stock at $9.98 going through $10 or at 98 cents going through $1. But that glitch is what I have figured out. Okay. And what we do is we buy 4 times. We buy at 90 cents because it's like anticipation. It's going to go to 98. So little tiny entry like yours. Then it goes a little higher in value. We add a little bit more at 95 cents. Now you have a 95% chance it's going to work. At 98 cents, I add even double. So it's like you, buying 4 times will add me the most value. It rolls through and I'm in a sick profit position at a lower cost. And that's basically what you're doing with these 4 NFTs that you just keep on accumulating. You're increasing the value proposition, and it would only make sense to keep on accumulating these things as the value's rising.
Yeah, so Mike, you're nailing it there, right? And you're actually giving me a teaser to the other side of the coin of the value prop too, which I'll get to in a minute. Let me wrap this up here. You know, there's people that we explain this to, and they go through it, and there are people who are grouping together and saying, "Oh, how quick can we get to a God Bowl?" You know, because we know there's only going to be 500 God Bowls, so there's going to be a bit of a race to get to these God Bowls, because the God Bowls are going to be these massive assets that you're going to be able to attain. And you're just attaining them, right, just by playing the gamification out. You don't need, if you play it right, you're not going to need to buy these things. You just need to hold your bulls and let your bulls play the game and get yourself to a God Bowl. And then you're going to have this really rare asset that is going to be super cool art too, that you're going to have. And so that's some exciting things. And we've got other things planned for the future roadmap. I won't go through that in too much detail here. But the other side of the coin, as you keep this on the screen here, let me just talk about the other side of the coin, because we don't go through this in too much detail on the website yet. But the theme of our community is live your best life. And what we mean by that is, you know, we want to help our community members through resources, through real resources, not just, you know, saying things in Discord and posting things in Discord, but bringing resources to bear that help people grow personally, professionally, and financially. And so we're not going to be giving financial advice, but we will be tips like what you just said. You know, here's some ways that you could enter into something that is increasing, and here's how you use, you know, dollar cost averaging, or here's how you look for what are the right investments. You know, here are the tips that successful people have followed. And I've got some success in the corporate world that I can share. My 2 partners, co-founders, they've got significant experience in angel investment. And so they know how to weed through deals. Anybody could go on angel.co. If you're accredited, you could log on, you could get an account, and you could see these deals coming through. But if you don't know the right tips, you don't know which ones to invest in. Well, you know, we've got the experience on our side on how to weed through those and how to say, okay, if you follow these 5 criteria, your percentage of success is going to go up exponentially. And so we want to bring those kind of resources to bear to our community. And then if you think about the NFTs themselves, and you think about if you have a God Bowl, we could be doing a networking event, and we have all these cool people coming in, and everybody's coming in and networking. But then we could have, you know, a super exclusive portion of a networking event that's only available to somebody that has God Bowls. Or, you know, we could do something where we're doing an event, and then there's an excursion, you know, really cool excursion for everybody that has gold horns. And so we could start doing some really cool things within the community that combine the NFT aspect with real life events, and events that are experiences, shared experiences, like cool experiences, but also things that help you grow. And so the community aspect of it is all going to be about living your best life. And like I said, it's not going to be limited to what happens in Discord. It's not going to be limited to what happens in the virtual world. We've got experience throwing these kind of events. My 2 other co-founders, you know, they've done serious events in their past experience.
Besides, like, you know, your best life, you know, as the American dream, which everybody just wants the American dream, you're also going to create like a fashion brand and like merch, because the art, and, you know, the more people like myself that have the BAPs are going to, I want a hat, I want to be representing, and that's how you onboard also. So could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So I talk about the value prop on the 2-sided coin, but there's a sleeper to the whole thing. And if you could pop up on the website, the storyline, you know, we said, you know, again, people talk about.
Hey, before we go to the story, I just want to touch something on the roadmap, because I think it says 10,000, but isn't it going to be like a smaller amount of the bulls, and then a certain amount of apes that are going to make the 10,000? Is that how it works? Or is it 10,000 bulls and then 10,000 of another one after that? How does
So
it
there's
work?
10,000 bulls, there's 500 God bulls. And then after all of the tokenomics, because we do burn, there is the teen bulls are deflationary. They'll burn down to about 10,000 teen bulls. The apes are going to be coming as part of mint 2. So the bulls, the teen bulls and the God bulls make up mint 1. And then the apes are coming as mint 2. And we don't have an exact date on that yet, but it'll be roughly 60 to 90 days after the bulls. So not future. This is going to be relatively soon. And going further with the tokenomics, the apes are going to have an impact on how the bulls earn tokens, and so there'll be a synergistic portion of the apes to the bulls. So there'll be synergy between the two of them that plays into the tokenomics. And
this guy Charles, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Sure, go ahead.
This guy Charles on YouTube says you need 2 bulls from the same guild, meth, and an incubator to make a teen bull. Are the teen bulls that get made from the incubator, do they belong to the same guild or they belong to different guilds? I ask because the God bull requires 4 teens from different guilds.
Yeah, that's right. It'll be from the same guild, and so you'll have of course if you breed multiple from the same guild, you could always sell one and then buy one from a different guild. So we do expect that there'll be some swapping and ways to, and that's what I meant, that there's some people that are strategizing on how to pool some things together, how to, so that we have alpha chats that are talking to each other and saying, okay, how quickly can we get teams from different guilds, and then get to a God bull, and then we'll keep that in a community wallet. So there's a lot of different things that people are doing. And then of course there are going to be some people that say, you know what, I'm gonna mint 10 bulls. I'm gonna mint 20 bulls, and I'm gonna do it myself, and I'm gonna try to get there. Now we know that there will be some people that will get the 2 bulls and they'll work their way through it. And there's different ways for them to do that too.
Nice. All right, let me go to the story right here.
So what I love, the storyline. So I've always been a strategy guy, and I mentioned in the corporate world about building scalable businesses and thinking about how to get to the future. That for me, it's always been about 3-year strategy, 5-year strategy, and year 1, year 2, and how do you execute and incrementally get to those things. The storyline to me is the true strategy. When you read through the storyline, and a lot of projects, they talk about they'll get to lore later. They've got to lore later. Well, we hired a professional writer to put the lore in place today. So we have 3 chapters to our lore, and some people say it's a bit dense. I say it's a bit light, but it nonetheless, it brings the NFT to life. But it also, you start reading through it, and you could see the different avenues that this could go. And one of the things that's on the roadmap,
stage. I've been reading it. It sets the stage big time.
You start thinking through, and you'll see in here, you start looking at it and like, oh, the creator is a shapeshifter. The creator is going to shapeshift into one of the bulls. Oh, wow. So what does that mean? Well, we just announced last week that what that means is that one of our bulls, and most likely one of the common bulls, is going to be the creator. So at some point in the future, that NFT that you mint, and it might look like a floor bull to you, and you're like, oh, it's not that rare, it's pretty common, but beware, don't just drop it.
There may be some Easter eggs and things hidden. Is there hidden things in these things that we need to be aware of? Always paying attention to the lore, words, and the connections. Yeah.
100%, Mike.
Yeah,
I knew it. There's, you look through the lore, and they say that it says it in there. There's some hidden things, and you don't know how that's going to play out as we go. And we're going to keep things super interesting, and it's all about rewarding the community. Think about somebody who minted, the bottom 2,000 rarity bull, and they think, oh shoot, just my luck. I know for me, I have horrible luck minting. Every time I mint, I could mint 20. And they're all like 4.
Dude, you're my worst. I'll mint 20 from 740 to 760, and then 761 is the rarest in the collection. The guy got it right. I'm like, there's no way that he just got the freaking bull laser, man, or the bull gold. I freaking missed it by 1.
And so we've all been there, right? I've been there many times. You look at my
refund. I want my money back. I didn't mean to fuck now.
And so we're trying to reward you. We're trying to say, hey, you know, we appreciate everybody who supported us first. And so we're going to do some super cool things like, you know, make one of those the creator, and think about then it will be the #1 rare because there'll only be one creator. And so there'll be other things that we do. We say in the roadmap that we get to a physical card game. So again, people, you talk about, you know, the being an entertainment and media brand and fashion and different things. We've got a prototype of a physical card game. When I say physical card game, it's like a Pokemon style Magic the Gathering. We are going to be introducing that in a collector's edition. So it won't be mainstream initially. We hope it's going to get mainstream. But for our NFT holders, we'll have like a collector's edition that we're going to be doing this year. It's going to be super cool. It's going to be based on the storyline. And then you could see coming out of that, there's so many different angles that this could go. And so when I think about strategy and I think about the long-term value and the long-term play, I look at the storyline, my head starts spinning and I'm like, okay, even if I don't particularly like the storyline or the theme of it, or, you know, it doesn't resonate with me, from a strategy perspective, I look at it and say, oh my God, this project can start going in so many different angles. And it could start getting into a spot where, does it end up as a movie or as a cartoon? You know, is there a whole line of toys behind it? You know, is there merchandising that goes into it?
Yep.
You know, once
is it the first Ape TV show that will get produced before maybe the Bored Ape Yachts? Because they're just sitting lazy, man. You know, when you've already made your guy, they're sitting on, you know, they don't got no motivation, but we got motivation, man. We're the first to market with I think 3 new ideas from this NFT project. And one, the biggest, is the money back guarantee. And we haven't even spoken about that yet.
Yeah, so the ETH back guarantee, again, was super important to us. You know, we wanted to set a standard. You know, we wanted to be in the industry where if you're a new founder, the community should be demanding an ETH back guarantee. You know, put the confidence in yourself, put the risk on yourself. And if you're confident in yourself, then you should have no problem, you know, offering this up to your community. And if you're a community member, you know, forget these rug pulls, these cash grabs, the slow rug pulls, the scams. You know, let's clean up the space. There's way too much potential. You know, we've got to self-regulate. We don't got to wait for the regulators to come in and do it to us. Let's self-regulate. Let's hold people to account. You know, let's set the bar high, and let's make sure that we put our money in projects that hold themselves up to a high level of integrity.
It's such a safe, great idea. Other people just wish they had and could afford this chance to do this, but most of them can't. So we're like blocks, highways ahead, guys, of like, there's 10,000 NFTs. We're like #1. Look on the list. I mean, there's nobody really doing this kind of business acumen. So, and they want to know if you're a GQ model, bro.
Who, me?
Yeah, they keep on asking right here. That is Anthony a GQ model and stuff. They keep on asking on YouTube.
Thanks.
Yeah.
No modeling for me.
I told him you were. Yeah,
okay, so
I
thanks,
did.
Mike.
You got it. No problem.
But I appreciate you having me on, guys. You know, check out our Twitter. You know, hit me up. My DMs are open. I'm an open book. You've got a question, my LinkedIn profile's on the site, my Twitter's on the site. We're all fully doxed. You know, hit me up. You got any questions whatsoever? Yeah, I'm here to chat with you about it. I'm here to make sure that everybody's comfortable. I'd really love for you guys to be part of the community. And Mike, you've been a great supporter. Really appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, the tweets are rising, man. They've like gone to 87 now. Everyone's jumping. Yeah, let's get this baby. Let's pick a copy, a link. I'm going to go back because it only says 77. So I'm going to go back and give it one more run. See if it goes up a little higher.
But I got to run now, Mike.
So all right, Putty. Peace. I'm going to do the whitelist. Thanks again.
Thanks.
See you, Anthony.
Thanks, everyone.
Peace.